Gaming, betting, gambling, whichever way you want to call it, is one of the biggest addictions in Uganda today. The reason the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Boards have come up with a series of podcasts where they will be teaching you, letting you know, and giving you solutions of how you can avoid that addiction. Hello, Clive Chaze is my name, and in our first episode of the Gaming Lounge, we shall be talking to the Chief Executive Officer of the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board, Mr. Dennis Ngabirano Mudene. CEO, thank you for allowing to talk to us.
Thank you so much, Clive. Allow me to introduce myself. Dennis Mudene Ngabirano is my name, the Chief Executive Officer of the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board. The mandate of the board, basically we are a body corporate established under the Lotteries and Gaming Cap 334, and our major mandate is basically to supervise and regulate the establishment, operation and management of casinos, betting, lotteries, and most important, to protect the citizens against the adverse effects of gaming.
What are some of the key areas that the board regulates within the gaming and lottery industry?
So basically, we have the Lotteries and Gaming Act, CAP 334, supported by a set of 5 regulations. That is the fees regulations 2024, the licensing regulations, betting regulations, machine regulations, and it is upon those laws and regulations that we use to ensure that, one, we license gaming operators. We also license what we call key employees, people who are supporting these companies. We license premises where these betting activities happen, and we ensure compliance to the set laws, and we also monitor to ensure that the operations of these operators are transparent and are done with integrity.
Then would love also to know, how does the board ensure compliance among the gaming operators in Uganda?
So compliance is done at a number of levels. When we are doing our licensing, it's a rigorous process, so we ensure that operators comply to the set laws. We also carry out periodic compliance checks. We've set up specialized units. We have an ICT compliance unit. We have a financial compliance unit. We have an inspection unit that also does anti-money laundering compliance checks. So we do periodic compliance checks. Some are daily, some are monthly, some are quarterly. So we do quite a number of such activities.
What are some of the challenges that the board is facing in trying to regulate the sector?
One of the major challenges we have is illegal operations, especially illegal slot machines. It's been one of our major challenges because we discovered that these machines come in the country not as slot machines but as spare parts that then are assembled here using our local materials with support from carpenters. But we have done a tremendous job in ensuring that we curb this challenge. We have so far confiscated over 5,000 illegal gaming equipment, and these equipment are spread across the country. And currently we've been only having the head office, but with support from the Ministry of Finance, we've extended our footprint. We are now opening 3 regional offices which become operational next month. That is in Bale, Gulu, and Barara. And we have other plans to add another 3 in areas that we are still assessing. So that is one of the major challenges. But also, we have a challenge on online illegal sites. And we've so far blocked about 23 with support from Uganda Communications Commission, Airtel Money, and MTN Mobile Money. Yeah.
About the illegal slotting machines, have you established how they get into the country?
Yes, the machines, we've had some intelligence from a number of sources. They majorly bring in motherboards. So when you look at a motherboard, you never tell that this is a motherboard for a slot machine, no. It could be a motherboard for a computer, for a fridge, for a TV, for any electronic. And once they get in here, they use our local materials here, cardboards, wood, to set up the shelves. So there's a difference. When a licensed casino is importing machines, we have a working relationship with URA. Part of the requirements for URA to clear the machines will be a no objection letter from the gaming board. So the law requires that if you're to supply gaming equipment, you must be licensed, because we have a license for suppliers of gaming equipment. We even license people who repair this gaming equipment. So what these people do is they sneak in the spare parts separately. You will never tell that they are for gaming equipment. They also, we've discovered they also don't declare these machines to the URA customs staff. But we have had an engagement with the customs department, shared with them some of the parts that we've been able to confiscate, and we basically have to do a continuous improvement in how to target these people who sneak in these spare parts and then assemble locally. We've had successful prosecutions of about 6 people that we found manufacturing and supplying these illegal gaming equipment.
Then, talking priorities, what strategic priorities is the board currently focused on?
So we are forming strategic partnerships majorly to focus on responsible gaming. What is responsible gaming? Basically, this is a set of social initiatives focused on reducing gaming harm. So we have entered into partnerships with the Ministry of Education. Here we are targeting schools, secondary schools, universities, institutions of higher learning, to ensure that we sensitize the young ones. And the message there is no to gambling. Say no to gambling. So we've entered a partnership with the Ministry of Education. We've worked with them to create messages, which messages they have approved, and which messages we then take to these schools, and our team engages with the students, majorly to tell them about the dangers of gambling. We've also entered into an MOU with the Ministry of Health, especially the mental health department, and this is focused on ensuring that we are able to have support in counseling and treatment of what we call problem gamblers, or people that are addicted with gambling. Also with Butabika Referral Hospital, which was our very first entity to partner with, where we have had great support from their counselors in offering support to people who have reached out to us with the problem of gambling.
Could you also highlight any recent regulatory milestones and major reforms in the industry?
The gaming industry is ICT-led. So as the gaming board, our focus has been on automation of our processes to ensure that we effectively regulate this sector. So last year we launched what we call a national central electronic monitoring system. This is a system that enables us to detect significant events associated with gaming. So we've been able to onboard over 20 operators. This is a process that is ongoing, and we are able to monitor their transactions every day to ensure that the systems they are basically using are transparent and accountable and ensure integrity in the gaming sector. We've also gone ahead to automate our licensing process and integrated this system with a number of other government systems. We've integrated with URSP, we've integrated with NILA, we've integrated with URA. So it's a seamless process now for you to apply for a license and also monitor the progress. We've also established what we call an electronic national register of gaming equipment. The law requires us to register each and every gaming equipment that is in the country and so is to be imported into the country. So we are going ahead to automate all the other processes that we undertake at the board, because as our vision, we are a technologically led industry that should ensure we don't have adverse effects in the sector.
And speaking technology, what role is technology playing in your regulatory efforts?
Basically, looking at our core mandate, which is to protect the citizens against adverse effects, with the central monitoring system that we have put in place, there are tools, and one of the tools there is a self-exclusion tool for people who feel I've been betting many times, I have lost many times, so they exclude themselves. So exclusion is done at different levels. You can exclude yourself through an operator, you can exclude yourself through us as a regulator, and from the time we implemented this system to date, we have about 55 people who have self-excluded themselves from various betting companies. We are going ahead to enhance the tools where we are introducing the limits. The limits span from deposit limits, time limits, loss limits, so that a player has the power to control his gaming or betting behavior.
How is the board working with the consumers, especially the vulnerable groups, to make sure that they do curb the risk of responsible gambling?
So doing that, we are starting with player registration, because for you to protect someone, you must know who you are protecting, but also understand their behavior. So we have mandated all gaming operators, especially the online ones, where we have 90% of the transactions happening, to register players. In the gaming industry, we call them punters. And key among them is that they register using their need. And as a board, we are going ahead to integrate with NILA on the National Central Electronic Monitoring System to validate that this person who has been registered is 25 and above. So there we eliminate the people we call the underage gamblers. So one, it's registration. Two, we are creating awareness around the dangers of gaming. Gaming by its nature is addictive and can be psychologically harmful. So we have to continuously create awareness around this sector for people to understand that gaming is simply a leisure activity, it is entertainment, it is not a money-making venture where someone has to sit the whole day and we are betting. So it is important that awareness creation is emphasized. We are also undertaking research so that we understand the patterns. Why are people betting? Why are people spending most of their time betting? What is enticing them into betting? What keeps them hooked to these betting sites and games? So that it helps us to undertake informed decisions or policies to ensure that we ably regulate the sector.
We've had several cases of illegal gambling or gaming. How can the public report this unlicensed gambling?
So we have a number of channels that people can get us aware of these issues that are happening. One, we have a toll-free. We have established a call center facility here, and our toll-free number is 0800285800. So you can reach us on this number, and our team will be able to support you. You can also email us at info@nlgrb.go.ug or visit our head office here at Communications House, 4th floor. And like I said, we are establishing regional offices. We will be able to give the addresses once these offices are operational.
Where do you see Uganda's gaming industry in the next 5 or 10 years?
Like I said, gaming industry is growing so fast, I would say, and IT has been a key driver in ensuring the growth of this sector. So we, as the board, are basically also focused on leveraging on IT technologies to ensure that we effectively regulate the sector. For example, we are at the moment now looking at how we can adopt AI to ensure that we understand the behaviors of the punters, the patterns, so that it helps us come up with proactive ways to ensure responsible gaming.
CEO, as we wind up, what messages or what message do you have to operators, the players, especially when it comes to responsible gaming?
Basically, responsible gaming is everyone's responsibility. It's not only for us, the regulator, it's not only for the operator, it's for everyone that really is concerned with the gaming sector. And what we preach to people is that gaming or gambling is a leisure activity. For those that gamble, we tell them, please bet with what you can afford to lose. Don't look at gaming or betting as a source of income. It's a leisure activity. So treat it as simply entertainment. And for those that have any problem with gambling, or you know someone that is addicted, please reach out to us. We have various channels that we can use to help and support them to get rid of that addictive behavior. Okay.
CEO, thank you for allowing to talk to us. Well, that has been the Chief Executive Officer of the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board, telling us everything we need to know about responsible gaming. Clive Chaze is my name, and remember, we can all be ambassadors of responsible gaming.